Glenvo, and I am super excited. I mean, this guy has been so busy. He's been so busy hooking up our members, but also, I mean, they have so many amazing results for all the Nifty members. But we'll talk about that. But it is my friend Adam Zilko, the founder of Fire Gang Dental Marketing. Adam, what's up, man?
Hey, brother. So thanks for having me, man. It's so good to be here again. It's always
Man,
fun to chat with you.
when you reached out to me, you told me about all these amazing things. I could not wait to get you on in this group to talk about all the amazing wins that some of the Nifty members, some of your clients are getting. But before we get into that, I mean, some of you guys in Nifty Thrifty probably know Adam. But for those who don't know who Adam is, Adam, talk about Fire Gang Dental Marketing, what you guys do exactly. How long have you been in the space, and what do you do there? You're not just the Fire Gang model, right? You're actually doing something there. So explain to everyone, for those new members who don't know what Fire Gang does.
Yeah, so we've been around in the dental space for more than 10 years now. I co-founded the company with another individual and bought him out years back. And we deal with dental practices from startups to DSOs. We've got clients all over the United States and into Canada. We've got a lot of them, in fact, and we work with every type of practice, and we've seen it all. We've done it all. Our approach to marketing is very, very, very unique. A lot of it we talk about in the book that you've got up on screen, and this is kind of a physical copy here of it, which we're going to share to some of your members. But we approach marketing from kind of a holistic standpoint. It's very integrated. We dig deep into the practice. We look at their data, their analytics. We actually have software that connects into their practice management softwares now. And so everything that we do is designed to help practices not just drive business on the front end, but figure out how to support and convert it on the back end, and then how to retain it and re-engage it further down the path. And so we even get into a level of business coaching. We actually employ dental coaches in-house to support our practices in areas that we find that they need support. Because if they're struggling internally through systems issues or cultural issues or hiring or how to answer their phones or how to improve case acceptance, we want to support them, because we know that if we do, then their outcomes are going to be much greater with the work that we're doing on the front end. And that's how we have these crazy levels of success that we do. And it's not just like flashes in the pan. It's consistent. It's very, very consistent. Our clients stay with us very, probably one of the longest in the industry. And it's because we get success. We get results and drive that success for many years. And it's amazing. It's really, really, really cool stuff.
So Adam, let me ask you this again. So many people, the biggest things that people always say is, like, so many people, they say, all right, well, I worked with other marketing companies before, and I got burned, right? I got burned. I use them and look, talk about. I mean, there's so many marketing companies in space. Some good, some not so good. But what I love about you guys is that you guys have been established. That's the biggest thing, right? Why is it important, number one, to work with an established company? And then number two, why is it important to work with someone who deals with dental marketing as opposed to just marketing in general? What about the guy like down the street, or the guy that's working from home and I dabble in some marketing and whatnot? Why not work with those guys that might be a little bit more cheaper, as opposed to like an established agency that you guys have?
So we have seen about everything. We know what to look for, like in most cases, before our dental practices do. And when we are connected into their practice management software through data analytics, we're looking at things within their business that they're not even looking at. We know, when we're working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of practices all across the United States actively, and I don't know, tens of thousands over the years, we have seen a thing or two. Right? We know usually before they do what the problems are. And my team, they've been with me a long time. And honestly, they tell me this all the time, but we know usually before the end of the onboarding process if they're going to be successful or not, and what the challenges they're going to face are going to be. We already know it at that point because we've done it so many times, and we can understand and look at what they're doing, how they're dealing with patients, how they're executing on certain things, how they're engaging with us. Are they following our processes and our direction? Because we want them to be successful. And so, man, that would be the biggest thing. Is somebody that's starting out or somebody that doesn't know the space or hasn't done it very long. I mean, they're gonna talk the talk probably and say they do, but they really don't, and they're not gonna. There's no way they're as deep as we are in the weeds. There's no way that they're employing dental coaches in house. There's no way that they've got dental analytics that plug right into the practice management softwares to know what's going on from an operational perspective. There's just so many layers that we go into this, and a lot of that's covered in the book.
I think
they
that
just don't.
Yeah, I think that's super important that you bring up because again, some people may say, well, okay, well they know marketing, but the thing is that our industry is so different from anyone else. It's like, someone doing marketing for a pizza shop and
Sure.
trying to do marketing for us. It's different, right? It's a different strategy. I like to use an example of, there's marketers who are like, oh, well, I do stuff for, like a chiropractor or something like that. Again, yeah, that's a health professional, but then we have different, there's different pain points over here, right? There's
Of course,
procedures that cost a little bit different. And so what happens is that when you're working with a company that is not, their niche is not in dental, there's a learning curve. Like they got to learn. And here's the problem. Do you want someone learning on your dime? I mean, you might be the person, they might be learning on your dime, and then the next client's going to be better. Why not work with a company who's worked with dentists continuing? Like I said, Adam said he's seen everything. Now, Adam, you said something here that caught my attention. I want to ask you to elaborate. And that is, you were saying that when you talk to some dentists, you already have an idea of like what they need or what they're lacking. Explain that a little bit further and talk about like certain things that you've noticed. Like what are some trends that you've noticed that has that's helped you guys say, okay, we know this is going on and we definitely can help them there. Can you kind of elaborate there?
Yeah, I mean, every practice is different, right? They all kind of have their own personality and their own structure and whatnot, but in a lot of cases are all the same too. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to. I can typically come in with a marketing strategy within a practice, in a market, and know that it's going to work because it's worked in that market likely before, or in several markets just like it, and it's working right now, right? So, but when we come into a practice and we notice that maybe they're not following our process or not engaging with our approach to certain things, or they're not working from a place of partnership. That can be a challenge because it's going to be a bit of a challenge to get them on board or get their team on board to do the right things. Whereas the opposite of that is, you've got people like, we've chatted with Dr. Josh Cochran before on this, and guys like him, they just want to trust the expert in the room and go execute, right? And that's what they do, and they see unbelievable success. The other thing I would say is we see amazing success with our DSO clients because they work well with us because we're both looking at objective data and we're using that to make the decisions. And they get that. There's a reason that they've scaled and they keep adding locations and they do so well. And we partner so well with them because that's the way that we run our business. And so we can have those discussions based on real data, based on business analytics, and they're really good at executing. And so those would be the successes. The challenges are, again, if they're struggling to keep people employed at the front desk, or they have unique ways that differ from everyone else.
Hold up, Adam. So you're telling me that the marketing company is not supposed to take care of that for the practices?
What's that?
Is helping front desk people stay employed and help the systems be on point.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's only so much we can do, right? Yeah, if you got cultural issues and and we've had clients that we've had to let go. We've self-terminated because they were burning out our team. They were abusive, and they were turning to people at their office, their front staff. I mean, we had one guy that in the 3 weeks we worked with him, he went through 5 front staff people, literally. Wow. And my team they were complaining, and they were like, we looked at how we could solve for the issues we were running into, and we realized there wasn't going to be a path forward for us, and so we terminated. But in cases like that, they're pretty rare, and those guys will figure out hopefully soon enough that they need to approach that. But that's not the common place here. So And then I would say, like, anyone that thinks that they can, like, they don't want to they don't want to follow the process of like
Mhm.
what's been proven to work. They want to maybe think they know better than the
Yeah.
processes
Try
for a
try
lot of
they
these things.
try to figure out their own way, and again,
Yeah,
I think it's so funny because a lot of times, as dentists, whenever patients come in, they're like, "Hey, I looked something up on Google," and we're like, "Oh my gosh, come on, man!" But
right,
yeah, sometimes we do the same thing. We're like, "Hey, well, I read this blog on digital
right.
marketer, and now we're all the expert there." So now I'm bringing that stuff up because again, it's really important for those who are watching right now. Fire Gang does an amazing job. I mean, there's a reason why Adam just mentioned like a lot of DSOs like to work with them, right? I mean, yeah, DSOs get a bad rap sometimes about looking at the numbers and whatnot. But again, as practice owners, we need to be doing that as well, right? So there's a reason why they're working with them. But also, here's the thing: if you don't have your house in order, that's one thing, right? No amount of marketing is going to fix that for you. Now, you want to talk about coaching programs? Reach out to me. I can definitely do that. But the cool thing is that Adam and Fire Gang, they see the value. They see the value of coaching. They see the value of getting the right systems in there, and that's why they've been working with coaches as well. So, look, if you need some resources, reach out to Adam. He's seen almost everything. And literally, Adam, I'm pretty sure you've seen almost everything. You've probably been through almost every practice situation, good or bad. But like
Right.
for those who are watching right now, I mean, I'm kind of like just offering you up your services up there. But
No,
could
it's good.
doctors reach out to you and see like if it's a fit and maybe you can steer them in the right direction? Is that a possibility?
100%. 100%. So I mean, we'll share the landing page. It'll be firegang.com/nifty-live. They can get a copy of our book. I think we're going to give away like 20 copies for the
Oh,
first 20
nice.
dentists. And they can do an initial assessment with us. But again, we're not the run-of-the-mill marketing. We're so much deeper than that. And a lot of times marketing doesn't fail because of maybe the ads or the website or something else. It might be something deeper. We have a lot of things that we look at, a lot of levers we can pull, and man, when we start pulling those levers, we really start to drive revenue, and that's really how we see ourselves, as a revenue generation company and not just a marketing company. And to do that, we have to look at the deeper picture with the practice, and understand, what's working and what's not. And I know that some of this is kind of I'm speaking kind of at a very high level without a lot of detail. A lot of that's in the book, the newest book that's on the screen here. But there's just nothing else out there like this in the marketplace. Nobody does what we do. It's just a fact. And we've
Yeah.
looked, we've secret shopped, we've checked, and our team just goes so much deeper with all of these things, and that's what drives the success. And we're seeing success in everything that we're doing. Everything with our core product, the core product that we've done. And we also have a implant funnel product, which you and I have spoke about before.
Yeah.
But with our core product, I mean, we've got clients that we're now, our KPIs in terms of client retention have had to be pushed out into the 5+ year mark because clients are sticking with us, and they're not leaving because we're still generating crazy levels of success. And the only exceptions would be clients that maybe don't partner with us or don't do anything early on. But man, you sign up with us, we're going to drive those results. And we're seeing it across the board, from the guys that have been burned to the DSOs to the startups to everything in between. I've got case study after case study after case study. And I mean, even through last year, we were seeing great numbers, and now these guys are coming out and just seeing record months. It's crazy.
I love it. That's the type of stuff we love to hear. But I'm going to change gears. I'm going to switch gears here. And again, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ping me here. A couple of you guys messaged me, and I'm going to get to your questions. I'm trying to find the right way to put it into our little talk right here. But message me if you don't want to be seen there. If you don't want anyone knowing that you're working with Fire Gang or whatever, that's fine. Just message me, and then I'll pose the question there. But let's shift gears real quick. Let's talk about the book. Okay. Again, I'll tell you what, in pure, legit marketing fashion, I knew about the book already before Adam even said anything, because I've already seen their ads and I saw like what it was about, and I got excited. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get a book. So Adam, talk about some of the things that you discuss in the book that could definitely help out dentists.
So we talk about a lot of this book is, believe it or not, it's mindset driven, and there's a lot of
Sure.
philosophy in the approach that I believe that everyone should take for marketing, and it's basically how to think about it and how to begin to execute on it. Because to be honest, most dentists shouldn't be doing their own marketing. Their time is much better spent dealing with either building their practice, through scaling and acquisitions, or through just working with patients, right? So sitting down to build their own website probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But knowing what to focus on, right? So if you were to work with a business coach, they would say, all right, let's map out your 3 to 5 year plan. Let's start looking at your KPIs. Let's start looking at your leading and lagging indicators, and let's break that back into 1 year, and then let's break it into quarterly, and then let's break it into monthly and weekly, and then what do we need to do daily, right? And who's going to own those things? So there's a lot of that throughout this, and then there are specifics on how to look at certain things, or how to run certain ads, things that have been successful. But more so of the book, it comes from, even if I flip into chapter 1, which you can kind of see here, a lot of this is just based on our philosophy, and it gets it goes in depth on how, for example, we should be looking at differentiation, visibility, and conversion. Those kind of are your core pieces on how to approach marketing. And we step into that in every chapter, and we get deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's not the type of book we've ever put out before, and it's not a book that I've seen anyone put out before. And it's just from a mindset and a philosophy on how to approach marketing in the dental space is concerned. It's amazing. It really is. And we pull back the curtains for a lot of this. I guarantee if somebody reads this book, they're going to walk away really understanding marketing from a deeper perspective. And so that gives them then the tools to queue up the marketing for the right path, right? And how to think about this.
Well, Adam, let me ask you this. I mean, how much, from let's talk about all your most successful clients, right? So
Okay.
for most people who are watching right now, most dentists, we always look at like the end product and we reverse engineer it back. Maybe we went to a CE course and we're like, I want to do veneers, or I want to do full mouth reconstruction, or if I want to do implant, I want to have the same results as this guy, the guy that's teaching it, right? So a lot of times we'll see the finished product, and then we reverse engineer back by all the steps that we learn, and we get that through repetition, right? So let me ask you this. So looking at your most successful clients, starting from like even their mindset, what are the things, what are the qualities that all your most successful clients have? What are those things? So,
oh man, that's easy.
We're gonna reverse engineer it. So for those who are watching right now, maybe you're thinking, you know what? Digital marketing has never worked for me, right? I always hear this stuff. Oh, this didn't work for me, or this didn't work for me, right? And I'm like, guys, there's like a multi-billion-dollar business based on these marketing principles, and it doesn't work for you.
Right.
I don't know about that, right? I don't know about that. Let's just use logic here, guys. All these multi-billion-dollar companies use the same techniques, and it doesn't work for you because you have a special case, right? So let's reverse. So think about your most successful clients, Adam.
Yep.
What are the things that they have that make them a success when they're working with you?
It's a single. We know exactly what it is. It's a single word. It's called partnership. If they partner with us, okay, and we look for that when we're.
So what is a good partner?
That means that they're going to show up to all of our one-to-ones, all of our meetings. They're going to collaborate and work with us based on what we need. They're going to be open-minded. They're going to execute where we need them to execute. So there are going to be things that we can't do for them, right? Like, I don't know, let's say they're not answering their phones. We can't do that for them, right? But there's a bunch of other things that we will identify. If somebody comes in and they work with us with an open mind and they follow our process, they are going to be successful 100% of the time. It's not even a question. We've done this so many times. I mean, it's like clockwork, and it's not even a question. Now, the challenge is if somebody comes in and they think they know better than the system, or they, whatever the case is, or they don't engage, or they, maybe they hire us and they hand us off to their front staff. But we have Over the last 2 years, we've really worked to improve even those kind of things so that those don't become challenges anymore, right? So our process, our product has worked for a long, long time, but that's typically not why people would leave a marketing company. It's usually over perceived sentiment or perceived, dissatisfaction or perceived, you know, I
Like
don't know.
value or something?
Well, there's this perception that either they're not getting enough, or it's not working, or there's this or it's that, and there's a disconnect in that, because a lot of times it is there's something else going on, right? And so
Mhm.
we've found ways to solve for those that maybe we didn't have years ago. Uh, all I can say is if somebody comes on board now, so we actually now have a 90-day promise even. And if you if and nobody has this. I just when they talk, if they hop on a call with us, my team can explain what that means. But we promise them that they're going to be happy with us. I mean, it is a satisfaction guarantee that we have for the first 90 days of
Wow.
working with us, or they can. I mean, we'll let them, part ways with all kinds of stuff. It's crazy, crazy, crazy good, and it's because we're so damn confident in what we do now that um, we believe that if they join up with us, they are going to see success. We 100% believe that. And if they're not going to align with us in that first 90 days, then they're probably not going to align with anyone. And they're gonna continue to play the marketing roulette game of, like, this didn't work for me, and this guy didn't work for me, and this guy didn't work for me.
And
But
just kind of jumping around and just working
jumping
with
around.
different company
But man,
until you say it doesn't work, and then you don't use that viable marketing technique, right? Or marketing strategy. You just say it didn't work for me, yet all these Fortune 500 companies,
yeah,
all these other practices, all these other people, they're having success, but yet you don't, because you're in a unique situation, right? I
yep,
don't know, guys. Again, just listen to that. Again, I'm a big fan of this, and I'm a big fan of working with companies that have a track record. So number one, this is Dr. Glenvow's 3 criteria for working with a marketing company. Okay, they show you the results, the actual numbers, all the data, right? They show you the data, because some companies are like, oh yeah, we're doing a great job. No, you don't know anything. They take the
right,
time. Number two, they have a track record. And then also number three is the communication. You have those three, you have a great marketing company, which FireGang is. You don't have one of those three, then you need to run for the hills, because again, there's so many. Everyone's a marketer nowadays, right, Adam?
right, yeah.
Everyone's a
They
marketer,
are,
right?
and in your first point was the data. The data needs to be the right data too, because we
That's
can't
right.
just live. We can't just live off of, like, rankings and clicks anymore. That's like early 2000s or late 90s, right? So
Wait.
we
You can't tell. You can't. We can't just rely on. Hey, I just sent you a bunch of leads.
exactly right. So I mean, we have we have evolved into where we are looking at our KPIs as being revenue generation, right? And so those are the numbers we're talking about with our practices, is what do we need to do to drive that revenue? The other thing too with this is, like, when we transition practices from, uh, you know, taking, I mean, I don't know, worst case, taking Medicaid all the way to fee for service, right? We've done a lot of those transitions. That is also a revenue generation game, and where we're looking at specific metrics. The thing is we we check those boxes, but to a far deeper degree, because it's not just the data, it's the type of data and the accountability to it. And the other thing is, our my team is so amazing at customer service. It is by far probably the best you're going to see. It is unbelievable. You call somebody, and if you don't get them, they're going to be right, like, calling you right back, and they're all over it. I mean, our ticket times are like an hour on average. We tell people it's a 24-hour turnaround. It's usually about an hour, worst case. You've got a live person always assigned to your account that literally cares about you. And here's the thing, Glenn, we've created the way to the success that a lot of marketing companies don't understand. We created an internal culture around this. We celebrate wins on a dedicated Slack channel, and we support those wins internally and culturally as a deeper rooted success to us internally as a business. Because if we believe it, that's going to come through at every facet, because that means that when one of my account managers shows up, they're trying to create the most amazing success for that practice, so that they can share that internally, and they can be celebrated internally, and that resonates throughout my entire organization. And that is the way
I love
to
that.
lead from internalize this, right?
I love that because here's the thing, not only, they already told, look, Adam's already told you the secret to all their top practices that work with them. The secret is partnership, right? Buying in and looking at it as a partnership, not like saying, hey, this is all on them. They got to figure it out. No, it's a partnership. They got their stuff they got to do. You got to take care of home base too. But here's the thing. Not only is he saying he's talking about mindset, he's talking about all these things, he actually practices it in his own business. That is huge. That actually should be option 4, factor 4, right? Look at the culture of the company you're working with. If it's in disarray, do you want to work with them? Do they not have their house in order? Again, that's a big part as well. And that's why, some of you guys want to be super generous and work with unestablished companies or people who are just starting out. But remember, they're learning on someone's dime. Just make sure it's not your dime. Make sure it's not your dime. Let someone else train them up if you're curious, right? Work with a company that's already established, have their systems together that really thrive and really look forward to all the positive feedback that their customers give. Okay, so here's the thing, Adam. Literally, you flip the book in front of their faces like so many times. I have this big image of your book here. We're just totally teasing all these people in Nifty Thrifty about your book. How can they get a book? How can they get a book? Obviously, look, I'll tell you guys right now. You saw. Can we do something like if they come up and get on a call with you? I know you said you were going to give out 20 books, but I'm gonna put the pressure on you here, okay? Because that's what we do in Nifty Thrifty. What about someone reaching out to you and wanting to talk to you and your team more about that? Is that enough to get a book? Like, what do they need to do to get a book? Because I can tell you right now, I can't wait to get my book and all that information. Guys, it's not like just some generic marketing talk, okay? There's a mindset training. There's things that I can already tell right now, things that you can also use not just for your marketing, but also for your business as well. I can already tell that. So Adam, how do they get a book? Let's start with that, and then we'll talk about nifty deals and all that stuff. And you said something about 90-day satisfaction. I'm going to hold you to that too. We'll briefly talk about this. But let's talk about the book. How do they get a book?
All right, so they can go to firegang.com/nifty-live.
And I'll put that in the comments in a little bit.
Okay, and they can sign up for a marketing assessment with us to chat with their team. They can also get a copy of the book, and we'll cover shipping and whatnot.
Sweet.
So, and I will say, we didn't hold anything back on the book. This book goes very, like, other marketers, I guarantee, are going to be ripping off a lot of what we've covered in here because it's that good. It really is. And so I would say, go to that site, nifty-live, so firegang.com/nifty-live, and grab a copy of the book, schedule a time to chat with us. We will help deep dive with you and dig in and look at how we can support your practice.
I love it. Guys, that's a killer deal, right? That's a killer deal right now. And here's the thing, you heard a whole bunch of stuff, but talk to them. If you have that unique practice, talk to them. I promise you, and Adam already said it, they've worked with almost every situation. But here's everything. Here's the thing too. Let's say, not everyone's perfect. Everyone goes through things. Maybe you're having some issues right now, right? Maybe you're having some staffing issues like everybody else. Maybe you're having some stuff and you want to work with a marketing company that has your back, but you also want some help too. Just reach out to them. Okay. They've seen everything. If anything, they're going to help you talk things through. And again, you get the book out of it as well. But that's why I love working with Fire Gang, because look, they're willing to talk to everyone and help everyone, right? They're not looking like, oh, okay, well, your practice like that, I don't want to talk to you. No, they want to talk to everyone. They work from the single practices to the large DSOs, right? To the group practice, to the emerging. They pretty much work with everyone. Okay. So Adam, we're going to go back. So you kind of let slip like the ultimate nifty deal. And that is like a satisfaction guarantee type of thing.
There is. Yeah. We have a 90-day promise. That means that if a practice comes on board after onboarding with us and getting everything set up, if they're dissatisfied, We have a way out that they can part ways, take all their stuff with them. I mean, it's amazing. It's really good. It's not meant to be like a performance guarantee of any sort. It's meaning, are you happy with what we're doing or not?
Yeah.
Because that's really the judge, right? Because I think most dentists are reasonable people, and you can say, all right, well, I know that things are there. We either started on the right foot and and the team's amazing and I'm super responsive and I love dealing with them already, or I don't, right? And so they have a way out. I will say one other thing that I wasn't going to cover on this, but I will for Nifty.
Yeah.
At the end of at the end of each year, and this is we're like our new websites that we're new clients that we're starting now. They're starting to go live in November, December time. That time of year for us, in terms of supporting our existing client base, is usually slow because everyone's on vacation. Their teams are out, they're out, and whatnot. However, I don't send my team home. I don't furlough them. I've never have. So we have a lot of surplus in our team, and what we do is we can offset costs for new dentists coming on board right now, so that that'll keep them busy. And so there is a end of year promotional rate that we're going to offer Nifty people that come through the site. So if they're interested, now is probably the time, because we won't offer this in January, but right now they can save some money here jumping on board.
Well, there you go. I mean, not only are you going to get the book, right? Again, which is like all this great material that's in it. Not only that you're going to get the book, not only are you going to get the team to work with you, listen to your situation, and give you advice, and put you in the right plan. But also, there's even an additional deal where you can save a bunch of money, because again, this is just that time of the year. So, I mean, guys, it's a no-brainer. Just give them a call, right? Just give them a call. Hear what they're about. Hear what they're about. Get the book, right? And honestly, after that call, if you're not impressed, then you'll definitely be impressed with the pricing, right? So again, I love that, Adam. That is super awesome there. Before we log off here, we'll put the link. You got to go through the link, okay? Because again, this is not just for anybody. I'll put the link down in the comments and both sides here. But this is not just for anyone. It's for everyone here at Nifty. Adam's been like a member of our group, helping people out, always putting some great content. And that's another thing too. Guys, go ahead and friend request him. Because here's the thing, you notice things that he posts like in the group, but man, if you follow this guy, you will learn a lot too. Okay, so again, that way you'll know when he's posting in the group, and you'll get all these amazing things. So, Adam, before we jump off, any last words to the Nifty Thrifty Nation here?
Yeah, man. I mean, we, as you mentioned, we work with all types of practices. I mean, I've got a case study of a 4-location pediatric DSO that's up 41% over since last year. I got a single location that went from 30-70 patients to 50 plus in the last few months. They were struggling before this. I got a guy that was apprehensive. He's been burned multiple times. He launched in July of this year, and he's now averaging. He's up 27% on his new patient numbers. We've already hit all of his goals that he thought that nobody could ever hit. You know, the list goes on here. I mean, I'm looking at another one, a brand new office. They launched in May of this year, so a difficult time. You know, and again, we've added 115,000 per month in revenue for them. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on. And we've got more. I mean, it's just, we're seeing, you know, an average of 25 to 50% growth, depending on type of practice right now. And it's just consistent. Like I said, it's across the board of every type of practice, DSO to startup. And we've got programs designed for each one. If you're a DSO interested in scaling, we've got a set program for you. If you're a startup, whether you're buying someone out or you're opening your doors for the first time, we've seen it and dealt with it so many times, and we got a program specific for that. Or if you've been burned, or you know, if you're looking to expand, whatever it is, we've done it, and we're so damn good at it. We're so damn good at it. It's amazing, and we're gonna just come in and crush it. And there's just, I have zero doubt on it. And we have a 90-day promise to back that. We'll put money where our mouth is.
Guys, I mean, I don't know what else is more of a no-brainer, right? But again, you know, I'm so glad that Adam talked about all those different practices, all those Nifty members that have like gone to Fire Gang and got those great results. Because the thing is, they've worked with almost every practice out there. They've seen everything. Other marketing companies, I can tell you right now, they have like a templated system. They only work with certain practices. They can't say the same thing. right? We also understand that not every practice is going to be fee for service. Not every practice is going to be PPO, right? Some specialty, some boutique, right? These guys have worked with them all. Come check it out. Call them, listen to them, look at the book, right? And see what they have to offer. So again, Adam, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much
for having me.
being part of the community, offering that. We'll put the link in the comments. But Adam, thank you so much for jumping on.
I appreciate
it. Guys, reach out to them. We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks, guys.